Good afternoon, everybody. This is our podcast called In the Making. I'm Mark. This is Ben. And this afternoon, we're going to be discussing sport and the role sport has in the lives of young men. All right. Where it started, where it is now for you guys, and where it will be in the future, hopefully, for you guys. So joining us in the studio today, we've got Aston, Brian, and Anton. All right. Feel free. Just like try and be as confident as you can, and just speak up and just like enjoy the conversation. It won't be that abstract. We have got like our questions to ask, as it were. But yeah, man, well, the bits we're looking at, I'll be honest with you, because the podcast is developed by Men to Be, and it's in partnership with Suffolk New College. And it is about looking at maybe where role models have played a part in your lives, as it were. Okay, so just think about that critically, about actually you're here because of somebody or something, as it were. So there's a little bit of depth we're trying to get to. Okay, Ben, I think you're going to do a icebreaker to start us off.
Just a simple one, just to see where you're at. Give us a word which describes your week so far. Maybe start with you, Aston.
Start with me?
Yeah.
I'd say busy, very busy
Busy.
so far.
All with basketball?
All filled with basketball, different work, coaching. I was very, very busy this week.
Nice.
You've been coaching, bruv? You're a coach?
I do coach a little bit with Anton, yeah.
Oh, fantastic. Powers, man.
Yeah, same here. I'd say my week was very busy. Mostly school and basketball. Yeah, and I have to apply to be a coach. So yeah, like I'm working towards being a coach.
You've been here for a couple of years?
I've been here for 2 years now.
2 years.
Yeah.
Same
with me, yeah.
Okay. How was it starting back after the summer holidays?
I was like, oh man, I'm back again, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, schoolwork's been pretty fine, getting through, get my qualifications, go to university or whatever the goal is. Just trying to see what's in the books for me, keep my options open.
Nice. Good. What about you?
For me, I could steal that word as well, but I'm going to go for a different one. I would say transitional. I feel like the seasons are changing. A lot of new projects are starting up for me. So just dealing with all of that kind of stuff. So yeah, kind of in a transitional phase, I would say right now. But it's good. It's good. Very busy. And lots of exciting stuff on the horizon for our young people.
Well, despite being really busy, you made time for us here, so we appreciate that.
Always, brother.
Looking forward to the chat.
For sure.
So we're here talking about sport. You all love basketball. Is that the main sport in your lives?
Yeah, absolutely, 100%.
Maybe start with some formative memories. When did you start playing? What were your first memories of basketball?
Who are we starting with?
Yeah.
You want to start with me? So,
go for it.
My first memories playing basketball was at a youth club. I just saw people running around, dunking on everybody. And I thought, this is something I want to pick up. And when I got home, I begged my mum for a basketball, some shoes. And the grind just started from there.
How old were you?
I was, I want to say 12 years old.
Yeah. Was that in Ipswich?
I think the youth club was in Cambridge. And then when I got home to Ipswich, the grind started.
Wowza.
And have you still got friends from
Yeah. From when I started, 100%. Yeah.
Are they all still playing basketball?
Yeah. Oh, actually, some of them have lost it a little bit, but I've picked up some new friends on the way. Some what's the word? I want to say like just as dedicated as I am.
Did you play during secondary school as well? Was that something you all?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I played a little bit for my school team. I went to Cobbleston High School, so they're already quite competitive with their basketball. So yeah, I did play a little bit during my high school time.
Nice.
Sport's a great thing as well with basketball. Same as football. You play a lot, and then you go to different places and you meet people you played against.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful thing, because you obviously build friendships and, connections with different people. Sport's fantastic for that,
Yeah, that's true.
Community.
Really? Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
How about you, Brian?
Basketball for me started my second year of high school back in South Africa. So it was like I was always getting trashed by the older guys, like you're not very good, always getting picked last. So I told myself I wanted to improve in basketball and prove them wrong that anybody can play basketball. So I improved and here I am now.
Bless, man.
It's been a long journey.
How did you improve, man?
Worked on my skill, discipline as well. Wake up at 6 a.m.
Go on.
Go to a court, put up shots, defensive slides, all those things, just to improve my own game, you know. And then I also had to figure out working with the team as well, not just my own individual skill, but making others better.
Yeah.
Making others around me better
Yeah.
at their game. Yeah. So that's how basketball's been for me.
Yeah. And what about you? How many years for you?
I was gonna say my journey started a bit further back than these guys. For me, like my early memories was my father played, so I would often just be taken to the multiple gyms around the city to kind of watch his games. And for me, I just like to go and explore the schools when I was super young. But as I got older, I started bouncing it, and I grew up in the Michael Jordan era of basketball, so you know that sucked me in. And yeah, I was just from that point on, I was just trying to, you know, emulate that and fly and dunk and do those things. And for me, I just wanted to see how far the game could take me, you know, and I'm still on that journey now, which is even more exciting. So yeah, I would say early 90s was my first introduction to basketball.
Yeah. And how do you find the facilities in and around Ipswich? You know, are there quite a few courts which you can go to?
No, I wouldn't say that the facility. I mean, for me, I've been fortunate enough to kind of live and play in a few different countries around the world. And compared to kind of even just like the basic kind of community structures that I see in other places, I think we're a bit behind in terms of basketball. But that's also exciting because that's what we're trying to improve. We're trying to make it accessible, have more venues that are kind of purpose built for basketball, and not having to share it with maybe badminton and racket sports. And every baller knows that struggle. But just to have a dedicated space, you know, you go to America, Canada, China, even, you know, you have courts on every block. Here, you know, it's quite scarce. So we're really just trying to push for kind of more spaces and more accessible spaces for young people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Brian, when you were saying about in South Africa, that was like a public court or something. You said you got up at 6 o'clock and go down to the court.
Yeah, it was a public court.
Yeah. And similar facilities or standard of facilities than what you see in Ipswich, in Chantry or whatever.
To be honest with you, it's low key pretty much the same as back in South Africa. You know, the facilities are scarce.
Yeah.
But when you do find a facility, it's a really good one. Like, very dependable, not easy to break, you know, very strong. Yeah.
And you mentioned about these older lads, being negative towards you, but actually that challenged you to kind of grow and evolve. How do you kind of respond? Because obviously, probably most people would gravitate towards having a role model, and we like talking about role models and mentors, and they're really important, I think, for young people to kind of really help us, you know, realise our kind of capabilities. But it's interesting that you mentioned that actually you took a negative there. Somebody kind of trashing you. Yeah. But actually you turned that into a positive. Yeah. What is that? What is that in you which is actually kind of taking that negative?
I don't know. I feel like growing up, like I was used to that kind of talk towards me. You know, I grew up with the older brother. He was always trashing me. Like. And I found that fun because it was like, if he's trashing me now, when I improve, he's gonna have some competition. The only reason he was trashing me was so I could get better. That's
what you believed. You don't believe it was something like negative or nasty.
Personal, no.
It was about trying to support you to grow, to be more determined, to be more disciplined.
Exactly. He was
proving wrong.
If it was negative, I feel like I wouldn't be the person I am today.
No.
I'd be very like shelled up, and I wouldn't be able to express myself with basketball and like everything I like to do.
So there's a kindness in there, kindness of wanting to, which is.
And I think maybe we're a little bit sensitive about that now, that we sort of tend to think that's really negative, and it's like bullying, and these other these other words which go alongside that. But fundamentally, maybe, dare I say, it's a duty of care.
Absolutely.
You know, because actually there's an interest in you growing, and sort of like, I'm just pointing at you, Brian, it could be anybody, innit?
All right.
But, you know, there was something about saying, yo, I'm going to challenge you.
Exactly.
You know, be better than what you are, man. And then, you know, we'll give props for that. But still, I'll say you shit anyway.
Exactly. Exactly.
But that's life, innit?
No,
Tough love. Tough love,
100%.
isn't it?
Tough love,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, man.
And like, but my job as a coach is understanding which guys need that and
That's
which
the
guys
one.
need the arm around the shoulder, right?
Because not everyone does respond to that. Some
no.
people could go in their shell because of that. You said about the shell. Some people would go,
absolutely.
no, I'm not
Yeah.
going down there again, man. I've been humiliated.
But his brothers saw something in him and thought, okay, no, I can.
So how do you
rock with this.
differentiate between that then, Anton, as a coach? And you guys are going to be prospective coaches. So it's something you guys got to learn as well. How do you do that?
I mean, for me, I can only put it down to just longevity. Like, you know, I've been around the game for so long. I watched my dad coach. I've been a player. I'm now another coach again. So just kind of reps and years in the game, understanding people, understanding motivation. Even me and my siblings were all kind of different personality-wise. We have different motivations. So just understanding that everyone is different, and you know, that's my job to try and tap into that. You know, but yeah, everyone's got the different ways of doing it.
It's
Haven't they?
difficult. I remember my son played football. He plays, and I remember one time a coach really dug him out in front of everyone. My guy's little guy, man, bawling, real crying. And I went to the coach after and said, you know what, you want to get the best out of him. That ain't the way to do it. Some people I know react, just like, okay, I'll show him. My guy needed that arm around it and to tell him the truth, but he didn't need to be shamed in front of people. So it is interesting how you've got to, in a way, understand psychology as much when you're in the team. Because you said about giving to the team as well, Brian.
Yes.
So you've got to understand, you know, through observation about what makes people tick and get the best out of them, which is different for everyone, no doubt.
Absolutely.
And what about you? Who do you respond to? What do you respond to? Well,
I think I can respond to a bit of both. It's sometimes it's a bit of tough love. Like Anton shows a bit of both worlds every now and then. Sometimes you say like outright that you've done horrible. That was a horrible shot, horrible play. Or he'll put my arm around me and be like, "Yo, you need to do this differently."
yeah. Is it something about kind of sports teams and kind of the kind of sporting culture where actually maybe, you know, this kind of tough love is actually kind of really quite, you know, appropriate. And because there's I don't know, maybe in different fields there's less kind of immediate feedback. You're on the pitch, you're training, and you're actually kind of putting things into practice straight away. Whereas maybe in other kind of disciplines, if you're in an office, you know, that feedback might there's kind of less immediacy to it.
Yeah, no, 100%.
I feel like, cause you know, it's not just we come to practice and we go home. We come to college, we see each other. You know, we have to talk to each other. We have to build bonds together, and that's what makes it more family than just a team. Cause we're gonna see each other after practice, before practice, and like we're gonna be together during practice, even during games. If one person messes up, we have to look deeper and be like, next play, don't worry about it, or pull him to the side. Yo, you're doing this, well, you should be doing this. And then if he says, my bad, okay, it's all right, just get it back on the next play. And I feel like that's why it's better that it's in a college than in a like academy team where you just come to practice, get two hours of basketball and go home.
Because you can get to know each other more.
Exactly.
So you can build a better relationship and you have that sense of collectiveness.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I get you, man.
Do you see sport as a way of life?
Yes.
100%.
100%.
Yeah.
What does that mean? Do you think?
I mean, what like basketball is
Or just as, you know, sport as a way of life. You know,
Yeah, I mean-
it seems to be, you know, it seems like, you know, I'm getting passion from
Yeah.
from you guys, and it seems that you're not just coming in here to go through the motions. You actually kind of see this as an important part of
Meaning.
your kind of character. Yeah, meaning. Yeah.
when you really want to become something and you want to be great, it comes with a lot of work and a lot of sacrifice, and you kind of understand that as you go along through your journey.
And probably kind of sport's quite fun and rewarding.
Yeah.
As well, isn't it? So when things are kind of fun and rewarding, it's a little bit easier maybe to be kind of super motivated and dedicated and turn up on time.
100%.
I
Yeah.
mean, besides all the, you know, medals and trophies, it's like, oh yeah, me and my brothers are winning together.
That's it.
All of us are winning as a collective, you know.
Yeah.
And trust me, there's no better feeling than that.
Yeah. So is that the best? Is that the best part? Best part of the sport? You know,
Seeing each other grow and develop. I love that.
To be part of a team,
Yeah.
to be part of one.
Belonging.
Yeah.
Belonging.
Go, man. Belonging.
And what about off the court? Because there's lots of, well, we see it all around us. There's lots of division and polarization in society, but that must also exist in sports teams. But do you kind of put your differences to one side on the pitch? So that, are there people you disagree with and you don't maybe kind of get on? So you don't have to name names.
We
or
have a
anything like
rule in our practices. We have a rule where everything that happens on the court stays on the court.
Right.
As Anton says it all the time, like people get frustrated with each other, people get annoyed that they're hacking or hitting us intentionally. But when we're off the court, it's all love, it's all family.
Yeah. And off the court, well, we have to remember that we're all as a collective. So if I was to see Aston hanging out alone, like eating his food by his own alone, I would go up to him. I'll be like, "You okay, man? Like, you good?" Checking up on him, because at the end of the day, that's my teammate. I have to see if he's okay, not just in basketball, but his mental health as well, because that matters to me as well, as much as him.
So you got a sense of responsibility to each other.
Exactly.
And then obviously you build accountability with each other. So it's so much more than just a sport.
Yeah.
100%.
So the game is the game, but the qualities around that as a human being are really quite enormous, really. That's the thing what will equip you guys to be fathers, to be lovers, to be all of these things. You learn it through the lens of sport, but actually it's all the other skills around sport which actually build your character.
Yeah.
And Anton, do you purposely invest in that, or that's just a natural byproduct? You don't need to overstate that because you can just see it happening.
Yeah, I mean, I see it happening, but that's the main reason I'm in it, because it helped me. Like, the lessons that I learn in sport are directly transferable to life. When things go against you, how do you respond? When things are going well, we all know how to respond to that. That's great. But I like to see what happens when we're under stress, under duress. I'll intentionally create situations to put these guys under stress to see, see how they manage. But it's but no, it's good because these are tools as well. I say slow down, analyze the situation, go fast but don't rush. These kind of things, and these are all lessons that I apply in my everyday life. I won't tell these guys nothing I don't believe or nothing that I don't.
So honesty is really
myself.
important.
Yes.
Communication and honesty is our focal points. Like,
I think that's a massive thing with young men. Honesty.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of bullshit go about where people aren't as honest or truthful about actually. For you to grow, for me to grow, you've got to give me feedback.
Yeah.
And that might be difficult for me to take at times because I might be a little bit insecure or anxious about it. But I think we owe it to each other to try to be the best we can by giving good feedback.
And see where the feedback's coming from. If it's a person that you respect, if you were to tell me something, Mark, I wouldn't initially take it as, you're trying to slight me or it's a negative thing. You probably got my best interest at heart. And I think that's what these guys are starting to see, like, if their teammates are saying, "Oh no, Brian, don't be doing that," instead of taking it personally, I see more reflection now. I see more, honesty and openness for change as well, which is great with these young guys.
And that's the power of having a fantastic relationship with a coach or a mentor.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then people build trust because they take that and know that they're not doing it to diss you or nothing like that. They're doing it to support you.
Yeah, lift them up higher.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I think that's the key, isn't it? You take feedback, well or less well, depending on your relationship to the person kind of giving you that feedback. And if you just go straight in with negative feedback without doing that kind of trust building, that kind of respect and that
It's
just
hard
that
to win in the background.
That relationship.
Yeah.
If you haven't done that piece first, that feedback doesn't really land.
Absolutely.
Or it can land kind of negatively. So that's really important.
That's where a lot of teachers go. That's why schools struggle because they tell you what to do, but they don't have a relationship.
Demand respect, but don't build the processes to kind of build that up.
And what about you? What have you learned? Because I think people say that it's a kind of, if you want to learn about yourself or learn a new skill, actually become a teacher or teach it. What have you learned most about yourself? Patience. I'm so used to being the athlete, so being on the sideline and
only having my voice as my tool now is a new challenge for me. You know, I can't just be like, oh, I'm just gonna go in and do it. You know, I have to be
Trust.
patient and trust,
Big thing, man.
relinquishing control.
Trust these young men.
Yeah, I do though. I do. They've earned it by showing up for themselves and for their teammates. And it's year 2 now with this group, and I think we built a nice foundation last year. But yeah, man, it's good. I think we're in a good place for sure.
What about because I kind of think I've not really played a huge amount of sport. I played a little bit of cricket. My late teens. A bit of five-a-side. That's probably the extent of it.
You never did basketball.
I never did basketball.
With that height?
I know. 6'5" and didn't play basketball. But
Let me some inches, man.
I wasn't. I was kind of one of those annoying people that just got no spring. So I still can't dunk. But I think everybody just assumed that I'd be a basketballer. But just no way, unfortunately. But there's something different about. We seem to be, everybody seems to be like an armchair pundit on any sport. I don't know if you get that so much in basketball, but
yes.
kind of classic football. Yeah. Everybody could do something different if they were on the pitch. What's the difference between spectating in sport and participating in sport? Because I think there's a big difference there, isn't there?
That's a good one. I feel like watching it, you're like, oh yeah, Aston just dunked the ball. I could do that. If I was to put on a kit and put on some basketball shoes, I could. But it takes more than just jumping. It actually takes skill, and technique. Technique is usually like people miss it because they always looking towards the actual move, but not the technique or how it's done. And that's why I feel like watching and playing is so much more different. Shooting I'll go back to shooting. Shooting a basketball is so hard, but when you put up shots every day, put up form shots, you're like, oh, I need to do this. Guide hand, follow through, and the more you practice it, the better it becomes. It becomes so easy. But from the moment you're watching and sitting on the sideline and you're like, I could do that.
Exactly.
Trust me. I wish I could say I could do everything. I couldn't.
But unless you try, you don't actually know how hard it is. You've got no appreciation, have you?
And I suppose when this person's sitting in the sideline, they don't know you got up at 6 o'clock every morning and went onto the court and went through all of those journeys and all of that sort of like, people saying you're no good and all that.
Hours.
Exactly.
Yeah, 100%.
So I think there's something more to it than the sport. I think what makes you guys elite sports people is that you like the challenge. You like the discipline. You like to overcome difficult situations, as it were. You like to be part of a team. And I think all of those qualities are it's more, like I say, it's more than sport. Because I know a lot of people who are really good at sport, but they don't watch a lot of sport because it's a totally different experience, as it were.
Absolutely.
I'm guilty of that.
Yeah, for sure. Same. Yeah.
Funny, isn't it?
Yeah.
What about you? What's your relationship with watching sport?
Oh, so I mean, the differences from the sideline is definitely entertaining. You go to professional games and whatnot, and you see, especially when you're involved with the sport, you kind of there's a lot of admiring going on. You want to be under the bright lights, you want to be on the big stage, but when you're really there, there's a lot in the background that comes before you get on the big stage, like pre-game routines or how their journey was before they got to the pro level. I kind of take that into an account when I'm admiring those guys from the sideline.
And what about the kind of excitement levels? People can get like kind of worked up in stadiums watching, but I suppose there's probably nothing quite like being in a kind of close match, and and kind of winning together. Probably both exciting, I suppose, in their own way.
It's always exciting. The game is just exciting.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah,
it's fun.
Yeah. Are there any times that you kind of all seem confident and assured, but I'm sure there's probably been kind of moments maybe you've kind of doubted yourselves and had second thoughts. Am I good enough? Is this right for me?
I think everyone in this room has experienced that, like a self-doubt or lack of confidence. But it kind of comes with people that support you. You know, Anton, for example, that he's a great support, like support cast. He helps with all of us, I guess, like emotionally, physically. So if I'm injured, so to speak, you know, he'd send me like different stretches and whatnot. Say I'm injured my legs, whatnot, leg stretches, or how to recover myself properly and get back onto the court. You know, he takes everyone into an account. He doesn't leave anyone behind.
Like one of my favorite role models, definitely Anton.
He's the role model.
Because he can pull me to the side, ask, "Are you okay? Is everything okay at home?"
Yeah.
And then when we get into practice, he can trash talk me, and then I'll trash talk him back. And then it's like it's all love. Like today we were running a scrimmage, and
Trash talking.
and then I hit a layup on you, and you're like, "This little kid, man," and I was like, "Yeah, let's go," you know. But it was so fun because I know that even if he's trash talking me now, if I was to get in trouble, Anton's got my back.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Anton's got my back for sure, and that's why he's one of my favorite role models
Yeah.
for sure.
Respect. I didn't pay these guys to say this, by the way. I promise. I didn't pay these guys to say this.
What about you, Anton? Do you ever have any doubt growing up that this was the journey for you?
Absolutely. I mean, I think like these two guys as well. My journey started with doubt, with being told I'm not going to be good enough. I can't play. You know, don't do this. Too small. Too
Who tell
skinny.
you them things? Like a coach?
Coaches,
somewhere?
yeah. You know, people who were in positions of kind of. I take my job as a coach very, very seriously because I'm responsible for a lot of other people's children.
That's right.
You know what I mean? And I think that's
And
not
their identities,
yeah, and you know,
their confidence,
lots
their mental health,
so many
everything,
everything, you know,
Yeah.
and we're at such an important age right now, you know, kind of 17 to 19.
Yeah.
So, you know, I don't take it lightly. But yeah, for me, you know, I was told, you know, not good enough, this, that. But luckily, I had a good support network at home. So I had
Your
a good father, mother, siblings.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I had a good family unit where I had a good sense of self. So
Yeah.
I felt, you know, even though I was hearing all this stuff from coaches, something inside me told me, no, that's not true. You know, stick to the plan, still do
Yeah.
what you do. But for me as well, as an older brother, I had two younger siblings that I felt like I had to be an example for. So,
Okay.
so I had to show them
Yeah.
how to deal with these things, you know,
Yeah.
in the way I think it should be dealt with. So, you know, for them, I didn't want them to falter or give up if, you know, life got hard or adversity came. So I made sure that I was that example for them. So yeah, I mean, all the best players are able to do that, you know, kind of alchemize, you know, a negative, turn it into a positive. And I think that's such an important tool to equip these guys with, you know. Like I always say, it's fun when we're winning, it's fun when it's all going good, but let's try and, you know, navigate the bad together and all that
suppose
kind of stuff.
You kind of taught there a little bit your strong network at home. So if you hadn't got that, then what does that look like?
Absolutely, you know, and it's not just at home as well. You know, like for some people, their network is friends, their network is extended family, their
Yes.
network is their teammates. You know, I was fortunate enough to have it in the four walls that I was growing up in. But if you don't have that, you know, seek a support network, surround yourself with people that.
Hence why Brian was saying so important, the team.
Yeah, man. You know,
know, because-
we have a chant every day, family. You know, we are a family. You know,
on.
so you know, and I still talk to my teammates now from when I was 15, 16, you know,
Yeah.
like the lifelong bonds and relationships that you build with your teammates. So, you know, that's why I put such importance on it because, you know, these guys maybe don't understand. These are some of the best years of their life right now. These are some really strong friendships and relationships that they're going to build maybe for life as well. So, you know, it's just about giving them those opportunities, really.
Just thinking back to, you know, when I was, you know, your age at college, probably wasn't the sort of awareness about mental health, or you know, just the kind of mental side of sport. You know, it's only really kind of recent years that all teams have like a psychologist and therapist, you know, taking, you know, helping players. What would you say is you know, a bigger challenge? Is it the kind of the physical exertions of the game, or is it the kind of the mental resilience?
Definitely the mental resilience.
Really?
Been told a lot by some of my coaches, especially Anton, that the game's 80%, 90% mental.
Right.
You know, you have to deal with the mental challenges of running up and down the court. You know, you're fatigued.
Yeah.
You have to still make the shots. You still have to run up and down the court, play defense. you have to deal with maybe the other team is talking trash to you, or your coach is having a go at you.
There's a lot of trash today. Isn't
Yeah.
there?
So I'm getting 6 bins in Ipswich, so you've got loads of places to put it.
Perfect.
But yeah, the game is definitely more mental than physical. It's just you have to be very confident in the work you put in, and everything else will come along with it.
Yeah.
Adding on to what he said, like, there's another reason, like, why I take so much advice from him. He said, basketball is a marathon, and there's ups and downs. So in a marathon, you know, at the start you'll be energetic, midway, let's say halfway through, you'll be like, okay, I'm tired now. Then you know the people that hand out water to the people, then you get energy again.
Yep.
Then you're pushing. That's exactly like basketball, and it's also exactly like life. You're always gonna experience ups and downs. But what matters is you keep your head up. Always keep your head up and focus on what's next. Don't look back on the past.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wise words. Yeah, I think, and it's easy, isn't it? The further you go into the game, the more tired you are, the more likely you let your mental side drop. But you have to kind of work. You have to work on that before the game, don't you? And just so you're in the right state of mind.
Absolutely.
What about we like to talk about identity, and sport, by the sounds of it, for you guys, feels like a big part of your identity. Being a basketballer, being a sports person. What do you think about sport as part of your identity? When you talk to people, what do you do? What do you like? How do you describe yourself? Is it part of your identity?
It is, but like, most of the stuff I do is built off basketball. So, like what I wear, how I act, it's mostly built off basketball. You know? Yeah. In fact, not even basketball, built off sport. Because I played a lot of sports growing up. Yeah. So that's why I'm where I'm at today. I didn't start with basketball, but I think I might end with it because basketball is my favorite sport.
Yeah.
I couldn't have said it any better. Like, down to your clothes, eat, sleep, drink, breathe basketball, man. It's kind of taken over my lives a little bit, Back in high school, they just like addressed me as the basketball player. He plays basketball. There was nothing else to it. It was just basketball.
Yeah, like that guy right there. That guy is the best basketball player in the school.
I tell you what, it's kind of really nice to hear young guys with a passion and purpose, because actually a lot of young people really struggling with that.
Absolutely.
And you can feel quite kind of directionless. Life can feel quite meaningless, but you've got something which you're throwing yourselves into. It's helping you kind of think about what you could be. It's kind of giving you kind of reason for getting up every day and practicing, and there's community and relationships out of it. So it's kind of quite cool to hear. What's your next steps then? Where do you think you might go from? So this is second year.
This is the second year, yeah.
And is it 2 of 2?
I hope it'll be 2 of 2.
Yeah.
I do want to get out of here as soon as I can.
Because
I feel like there's different qualities in basketball. I don't want to be rude or anything, but there's a reason why Great Britain hasn't won anything basketball related. I feel like pushing myself to go to the next steps, to go to the States, go play
That's your
elsewhere
goal?
in Europe. Yeah, 100%. I want to play professionally. So
Go on.
I want to get out of here.
And
as
can
soon
you
as I
see the pathway?
I can see it. Yeah.
Wow, well done. And you can get support from people around you to actually realize that.
Yeah, Anton's had loads of experience, traveling the world.
Yes,
He's gone to
that's right.
China. He's gone all these different places. He's been to the States himself.
Yeah.
I do share my opportunities that I've been blessed to have with him, and he's read over it, and he will tell me whether he thinks it's a good option or a good offer, or it's meaningless.
Wow.
how do you find people? Do they generally say, yeah, go on, encourage you, or do you get maybe kind of?
I think that those people are quite rare to find.
Yeah.
Anton is one of one.
Right.
Yeah, one.
Didn't pay that either.
But there isn't a lot of people that aren't your parents or anyone like that wants you to be better than them, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I hear
There
that.
isn't a lot of people in this world that
People
want that.
jealous, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they're
I'm jealous. I
Haters.
wish I had a coach like that when I was their age.
Someone who is the same way.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's why we probably work with young people.
Yeah,
Because there's something that we didn't have when we were growing.
precisely.
Yes, man.
Precisely.
Yeah.
What about you, Brian?
What do I see?
What's it
myself?
look like tomorrow for you?
That's looking pretty good. Looking, even if I'm not going on to play in the States,
Yeah.
I know I can help the next generation go up, play for the States.
Uh-oh.
Oh yeah, yeah. Like I was saying, even though I might not get to play in the States, which I really hope I do.
Yeah.
I can help the next generation develop their game and tell them what they need to play in the States.
So you see yourself sticking with basketball, playing,
I hope
coaching, been around it.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, man, that's blessed.
Because if I don't get the opportunity, I might meet somebody else like me,
Mm-hmm.
and I can help them.
Yeah, of course.
I can help them better their chances of reaching their goal.
And basketball's given you a lot.
Yes.
Sport's given you a lot.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
And we've got to hope that a lot of sporting facilities, along with youth clubs, have been shut down over the last however many years, and hopefully there might be some investment and opportunities for new spaces opening up. So hopefully there's new opportunities.
We're trying to make enough noise that that they can't deny it any longer. So we're trying to show. Yeah.
And there's something, I mean, what Anton shared with me. I mean, both of you guys are hopefully going to Canada.
Oh yeah.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
tell us about that.
yeah. So I mean, I was fortunate enough to play college basketball in Canada. I mean, I came from Ipswich. I grew up here as well. So it's just a trip over to kind of expose these guys.
Just a trip. That's a proper trip, man.
Yeah, man, and just kind of open their eyes. I remember as a 17-year-old, I was fortunate enough to go to New York to a basketball camp, and I remember flying back, like first flight by myself, first time going abroad, and I was just sitting on the plane, looking out the window in the clouds, thinking, man, what an amazing experience it is to just go out in the world and go to a new place, and I thought to myself, this has to be my life, and that lit a fire in me. So I'm hoping I can ignite some fire in these guys and show them that this round ball can take them around the world, can give them opportunities. And it might not be the NBA, but I'm sitting here, my job is basketball now, you know what I mean? So it can go down a number of different this mic keeps catching me, a number of different avenues. So yeah, we're hoping to go back to the old school. I went to visit that, go to the Rocky Mountains, check out a few things in Canada and kind of give them the experience. So but they got a few things to do before we get there first. So
We got fundraising and stuff.
yeah, so we're gonna do some
You
fundraising.
can jump out of an airplane or something. man?
Yeah, I mean, I might chuck Aston or Brian in an airplane. I mean, I'm not doing that.
And
but-
trash him for not doing it.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. But yeah, no, it's just give an opportunity, man. That's what we're trying to do here. Just expose them to as many opportunities as we can, and then see what they do with it.
Yeah, fantastic.
I think that's great.
Thank you so much for your time this afternoon.
Oh, thanks for
I hope
having
you've
us.
enjoyed having
for
a conversation.
Yeah.
I mean, before we go, I mean, from a role model point of view, then we said it right at the start. Who's been your role model growing up?
I've had a few. Some of them definitely my parents. You know, they pushed me to be a better person and be a better basketball player. Anton's definitely been a key role model in my journey.
Wow.
But yeah, I think it's just been more
Really beautiful to hear that
Oh, it's
actually
lovely.
teachers,
Yeah.
people who are in positions of responsibility can have that much impact in the lives of young people.
Yeah.
I wish the same was to say in all educational institutions that the students could have the same level of sort of like connection
100%.
with their tutors or subject leaders.
Yeah.
Brian, yourself, brother?
Like Aston, my parents, I feel like they taught me a lot of things.
Of course.
A lot of like strength within the heart and within the soul.
Yeah.
Anton.
Yeah.
Like I've been preaching about the whole session. He didn't pay me to say this.
Yeah, I know.
He's got no money left.
Yeah. And one of my role models, one of my like favorite role models, two of them actually, Kyrie Irving and Allen Iverson. They were basketball players.
Fantastic.
Cool.
Bless. Anton, about you? Before we step out.
Role models. Yeah, I mean, for me, like If we're talking basketball players, like I said earlier, Michael Jordan, LeBron James, kind of grew up watching them. But it was always my pops, man. Just kind of watching him play, coach, and you know, he coached me and trained me, and we've had a nice full circle moment now. He's now our assistant coach here.
Fantastic.
So now,
these guys have the benefit of meeting Daddy.
Yeah,
Two generations.
Go on.
two generations. So you know, he's passing on his knowledge, and I'm trying to do what I can. So yeah, man, it's
Beautiful.
beautiful thing, man.
Cool, man.
For sure.
So thank you guys. Appreciate that, Aston, Brian,
No worries.
and Anton.
Thank you, fellas.
It's been a real pleasure hearing from you and hearing more about basketball, and great to hear you so enthused as well. So obviously wish you all the best for whatever happens in the future, and we'll be back in probably about a month's time for part number 2 or 3, which is we're gonna be a few guys who are gonna be musicians in your kind of seat. So we're gonna be talking about the music industry, and so yeah. But thank you very much. Until next time.
No worries. Thank you for having us.
Thanks for having me.